Happy New Year! Happy 2021, everyone. Welcome back to my corner of the interwebs. I'm Kristin, and this is episode number 2. Thank you so much for coming back if you are a returning viewer. Last week I published my very first episode on this channel, so it means so much that if you hit that like button or subscribe button, thank you, thank you. Clearly I'm not talking to myself anymore. This week I have an unboxing to do with you guys. So before I get to that, I do want to chat a little bit about my intention for this here YouTube channel. I know in the last video I said this was going to be another channel dedicated to gear. I kind of lied. While I do love gear, I don't want this channel to be just about gear. My real intention with this channel is to basically document and share my photography journey. As much as I do not like that word journey, I don't know, I just feel like it's so hackneyed, if you will. I feel like a lot of people use that word journey and it just sounds, I don't know, just very cliche and saccharine. So if there's a better word for the word journey, adventures, photography exploits, I don't know, let's go with that maybe. Photographic exploits, I think that fits. Basically to share my photography adventures with you, hopefully inspire you or learn something new and, you know, basically connect with the photography vlogging community, if that makes any sense. I am still learning when it comes to photography, video, and vlogging. Even though I did go to school for film, video, and I am, I used to be a professional video editor. That is a story for another vlog, but you know, just to give you an idea where I'm coming from with this channel. That said, because I'm still learning, you know, honing my skills and learning about myself as a photographer, there is going to be gear talk, my friends. I can't escape it, and I'm not fighting it. I'm not fighting it because just like the next person, I love me some gear talk. That said, I today am going to be unboxing, are you ready for it? The Fujifilm X100V. I know. I had no business buying this puppy, but allow me to explain. In my last video, I reviewed the Sony ZV-1, which is an excellent compact vlogging dedicated camera. It's tiny but mighty, and I love that thing to death. I also love my Sony a6600. When it comes to video. This is the camera that I reach for when I record these types of videos. I am recording on my Canon today because I wanted to show you this camera here, so here it is. And as I mentioned, when I purchased this camera, the Sony ZV-1 wasn't on the market yet, so this is the one that ticked all the boxes and I took the plunge. The other thing that I really love about this camera is that it is so compact. I mean, look how tiny this is with this little lens on. This is the kit lens, by the way. Let's talk about lenses for a hot second. The smallest pancake lens that Sony makes is their 20mm lens. It's very tiny, very light. It's even smaller than the kit lens, which my camera body is rocking at the moment. This is the Sony 16 to 50mm kit lens, which is a great lens. I have no qualms about it. It's great for vlogging. But for photography, it's not the sharpest tool in the shed. And after reading several reviews about the 20mm lens, it's an okay lens. It does the job. But anyway, when I realized that the Sony wasn't working out as a photography camera, I decided to go to the Google, do some research, and the Fuji X100V came highly recommended. So that is what I have here. So I did end up selling a few Sony lenses. Ever since I purchased the Sony a6600, I invested in quite a few. Being stuck at home in a pandemic will do that to you. Gear acquisition syndrome is strong during Corona times. What can I say? I made the wise decision to sell off some of those lenses and instead invest in a new buddy, hopefully. Hopefully this will be my new camera buddy. We shall see. But anyway, let's get to the unboxing, shall we? Oh, guys, there's nothing better than opening a box full of new gear. There's it's here. I've never done one of these before. Let me know if you guys are into unboxings. I don't know. I watch them sometimes and I'm just like, why are people into this? I don't know. But we got some manuals, we got some warranty stuff, so I'm gonna leave that to the side. And guys, when you purchase new lenses or gear or what have you, do your best to save the box because you never know when you're gonna fall out of love with that piece of gear or equipment. You want the option to sell that off with the original box and manuals in mind. So I have to say, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but, oh, you guys, it's here, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Compared to the Sony ZV-1, this has got a little bit more weight to it. But you know what? I'm not mad about it. When I decided to purchase this camera, the main features that really spoke to me were, not only its small size, compactness, but the fixed lens, the fixed focal length. It's a 28mm lens, but on an APS-C crop sensor lens, that is the equivalent of a 35mm, which, by the way, fun fact, if I had to choose one focal length to use for the rest of my life, it would probably be 35mm. But let's say down the line I want to mix things up a little bit, I'm not stuck with this fixed focal length. Fujifilm does actually offer some lens adapters for wide angle and a tighter shots. The other thing that really struck my fancy with this camera is the tilty screen. It's not fully articulating like my Sony lenses. Again, this is going to be a dedicated photography camera, and I don't really need it to flip out to see myself, but I think the flippy screen is really handy because let's say you're trying to get a shot from the hip or a shot from above, having that little extra tilt can really go a long way if you don't have access to that viewfinder up there. So plus if you're doing street photography, it kind of helps you be a little more discreet as opposed to holding the camera up to your eye and letting everyone know that you're taking a photo of them. Again, street photography is something that I'm just dipping my toes into. I promise I'll get into that in a later episode, but it's just something that I'm very excited about, and again, learning something new every day. And compared to my Sony camera, where it looks like a full-on photography camera, like I'm serious about taking photos today because I've got this big lens, I like the fact that this appears to be a fun toy camera and I'm just out having fun taking photos, not with this serious looking piece of equipment that people kind of get a little intimidated by. They also offer it in a chrome finish and a black body, so you know, pick your poison, whatever you're drawn to. I just like the black because yeah, it goes with a lot of things and it's inconspicuous. I also hear that there are photo recipes that you can set up within the camera, so you know, if you don't want to bother with shooting raw all the time, you can get fresh out of camera photos that are ready to pop on the web, which I am all for. Don't get me wrong, I love color grading images, but sometimes if I'm just out having fun or on vacation, I just want to take a photo and pop it on the web and call it a day. And while I don't intend to use this camera for video, it is very capable of taking quality video. Excellent video for that matter. It shoots 4K, you can shoot 120p for you slow motion freaks out there. I'm one of them, but if I am out and about shooting photos and I do happen to see something that I want to shoot video with, it's nice to know that I have that option to get some quality video. Last but not least, this camera is indeed weather sealed. Well, with one caveat, you do have to get a separate adapter and a filter to go over it to completely weather seal it because the lens not so weather sealed as the body. So that is one caveat, one downside, but the fact that you can weather seal this is a huge plus compared to my Sony a6600. While the body is weather sealed, the lens is not, and that does pose a problem because this is the smallest lens that I own for this camera. If I wanna completely weather seal this, I've got to tack on the Sony G16 to 55mm, which you can tell is a hulk of a lens and it weighs a ton. So yeah, that is not really an option for me when it comes to, you know, shooting out in some extreme conditions. Not that I do shoot in extreme conditions, but it's kind of annoying when I'm outside and I want to take some photos and it starts to drizzle or mist or snow or flurry. I digress. Anyway, very excited to take this for a spin, and hopefully by the end of this video I will be able to pop a little montage to show you what I have been able to take photos of. In the coming weeks I will definitely take this camera through its paces and come back at you next week with a full-on first impressions episode to let you know what I think about this and if we do indeed become best buds when it comes to street photography and what have you. So yay, cannot wait. I think that does it for me this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and if you're new here and you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if the spirit moves you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!